Hello and welcome to another Circle Light Movement live from us. I'm Lucy Brand.
And I'm Natasha Harris. Hello and welcome. We've got a juicy topic for you today, as always.
And it's super relevant for us because when we were coming up with it, we were like, oh yeah, we're both taking time off.
Always.
Exactly. So if you're one of those people, these people that really struggles to take time off and downtime and not and be available, like constantly feel that you have to be available for other people to meet other people's needs, then you'll really want to stay tuned and watch this live with us because it's going to be all about that. It's going to be really juicy. We're going to share with you some tips on how to I almost see it as a bit of a reclaiming of your power, because when you're so available to so many people and getting pulled in all different directions, it's so good to come back to self and reclaim your power and make decisions that are based on putting yourself first.
Yeah.
So let us know where you're watching from today in the comments. Like, say hello, because we love hearing from you. We love questions as well. If you've got any questions, we're more than happy to answer them. I'm just going to share some out, share this out to a few pages and leave it with Natasha.
Yeah, hello and welcome everyone. Yeah, just shared that out to a few pages. Always good to just spread the little love bubble around us and to keep spreading, the way of doing things differently. And if you really feel like you are somebody who doesn't take time for yourself, really struggles, feels guilty, it's like, oh my goodness, I've just taken some time and feeling really terrible about it, feeling like you've done everyone else in the world a disservice by taking some time out and looking after you and putting yourself first, then this is absolutely going to be for you. And I think as women especially, we just don't do this often enough. We don't honor ourselves. We don't look after ourselves. We don't ever put ourselves first because we are told we're not supposed to. We should put everyone else's needs before our own. But actually, if I don't put myself first, I can't look after anybody else's needs. So it isn't selfish. It's actually the most generous thing you could possibly do, is to take time out for yourself and look after yourself, honor what you need so you have more to share with others. It's not about giving away anything of yourself. It's about sharing what you have. And you only have a lot when you look after yourself and you give yourself that time to really look after yourself. And the space that's created, like when we create some space for ourselves, magic truly happens.
Yeah, completely. And I always share this story with it was a few years ago now, and me and my husband wanted to go away because we were really tired, and we wanted to book a place, and I'm really good at manifesting. So I was on Airbnb trying to manifest as a place. We decided to go to Wales and nothing was coming up. Like, I was like, what's going on? Why is nothing coming up for me? This isn't normal, especially if the two of us want to manifest something, because the power of two, the co-creation, it amplifies it. And then I looked at my diary and it was full for the month of April when we wanted to go away. Every weekend was busy, and then even 2-3 nights during the week were busy. So how could the universe, source, give me my desire of a beautiful cottage in Wales when I didn't even have the space? I didn't have the physical space and time in my diary because I was so busy. So what I did is I made some phone calls, I switched some things around, and then I cleared my diary for 2 weeks. And literally, I went on Airbnb and bang, there was the property, this dream place well within our budget, and it was gorgeous. And so if you think about just keep going, and not taking a break for yourself, how many miracles are you missing out on? How many opportunities aren't able to drop in because you're so busy?
Yeah, we miss out on a hell of a lot when we don't create space. I was talking to a client about this as well yesterday, and when we are so focused and dead set on getting stuff done, I was like, oh, I'll take a break when I've got a moment, when I finish this, when I've done that. I totally know that for myself, and having done that, many times, I have to remind myself often when I'm in that space. take a break, step back. But when you're so focused on getting stuff done, you think about it. Where is your energy focused? It's focused right directly in front of you at that point in the future that is direct line to it. And we cannot see anything else to the sides. But when we sort of take a bit of a break and a bit of a breath, when we look up and we look around, we can see so much more. We have so much more energy because we just replenish our energy by taking a breath, but also our perspective shifts on the thing that we're working on. And we actually can slow down time.
Yes.
When we slow down. Time is a man-made construct. It's like we have a finite amount of time to go from A to B, but actually we have plenty of time. And actually, it is incredible how often it reminds myself of it, that when I take my foot off a little bit, just 10% off, time slows down and I get more done in that space, not by speeding up and getting more done, by slowing down, because I'm making less mistakes. My head's not all over the place. I'm more focused because I have more perspective, and actually time slows down for me. And when I spend my day in that space, I look at the end of my day at my to-do list and I'm like, how on earth did I get so much done? Like, I have plowed through things at a beautiful leisurely pace. I look back at the stuff I've done. I'm like, pretty good job on all of that. Don't have to go back and amend it. Don't have to go back and change it because I was rushing through it. So we actually can control time. Time is in our hands, and how we utilize and use time, we can change time.
Perfect. Yeah, I completely agree. And I love that about time expanding when we slow down. And it's so true. And just being able to take that time for yourself, especially when it's been a stressful couple of years, 18 months or whatever you want to call it, but it's been a stressful, chaotic couple of years nearly now. And so, and also I've found that that's had kind of impacted on us being more available for a Zoom call, available for on WhatsApp, available on all these different platforms, because we're not connecting, depending on where you are in the world, not fully connecting in real life. So this screen time, this being available, this responding to messages all the time, it is actually draining on us as humans, because we're not used to those rhythms and cycles, right? If we go back before we had clocks, before we had phones and things like that, we would work with the rhythms of the planet, and we would work with the rhythms of the moon and the seasons. And whenever I come back to that, because I've been so busy with being available for everything and everyone, and just fitting myself into this calendar of man-made, again, calendar of 7 days, Monday to Sunday. Like, if I come out of that and come into my own rhythm, or the rhythm of nature, it just feels so replenishing for me. And I can enjoy each season as it comes then. And it's so, so beautiful. And that again invites me to slow down, because nature, you plant something in the springtime, and then it might not be till the following spring that you see anything like that it plants, and then it might just be a little thing, not a big acorn tree or something. And so it's about taking time. Nature takes time, and it's about, I feel, getting back to these places, especially with the advancements of us being on phones or screens, or being around tech, because I love tech, don't get me wrong, we can do this live, like I can do my work, but at the same time it gives off a frequency that isn't natural. It's not a natural frequency. And if you put yourself in the frequency of nature, like in a meadow or in a forest, you replenish yourself on a cellular level, because you're getting back to nature.
Yeah, absolutely. And we what we do is we create this little pocket of space that we can tune in, connect, listen. I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday, and it's there's so much noise. Lucy's talking about the tech and like always being available and just feeling like we always have to be on it. There's so much noise. We've forgotten how to slow down and tune in and to listen to the messages and the wisdom of the divine feminine, which is what, you know, it's all about right now. We have to step out of the old ways of doing things. It's busy, 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 work harder, you know. It's success will only come to those who work, you know, till you're at death's door. You know, it's not, it doesn't work like that. We manifest and create so much more powerfully when we slow down and we listen and we connect with the divine feminine. We connect with the unity, the collaboration, the connection, the love energy, and we express ourselves through those energies in how we show ourselves to the world. So when we show ourselves not in this busy head down, get out of my way, I need to get on with stuff, you're annoying me, you're in my way, then, you know, when we slow down and we're like, well, come in, you know, like welcomes everything, we welcome things, we can see what's in front of us so much more clearly, and we just have so much more peace within us as we approach things that way. It doesn't mean to say we don't take action. Of course we do. We have to. That's the only way we can create results. But we take action from a very different energetic space, and that is the power of manifesting different results.
Yeah, completely. And it's just about when we do slow down, it gives us a different perspective on things. Like it allows us to come, like exactly as Natasha said, it allows us to experience things differently and look at things differently. I always remember when I used to live in London, if I'd had to get the tube in the morning because I was running late, I couldn't make the bus, then I would just sometimes in rush hour, I would love it. I would put on one of my favorite songs and it would look like a dance of everyone moving in and out of the escalators coming off the tubes. And it was a really kind of beautiful waltz song that I used to listen to. And I remember it just completely changed my perception and my feeling around it. So rather than thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be late for work. Oh my gosh, there's all these people in my way. Oh, why isn't this person moving faster up the escalator? All that stress was just like, okay, breathe. It's going to be fine. And I set the intention that I'd be on time. And usually I was. And so it's like just taking that step back and finding something within you that will bring you that calm and that peace by going within and then looking at things from that perception. Like, doesn't things always, if you've taken a holiday or taken some time off, when you come back into your normal reality, doesn't it feel better? Don't you feel better? Don't you feel more rested? Don't you feel like you're more relaxed, you're more patient, you're more compassionate, you're more loving? I definitely do. And that, imagine if you could implement that in your whole life all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it would just make such a difference to what you manifest, how you live your life, and how much other people bother you as well. Like, I feel like if you're always available, then it gets to a point where you've got nothing left to give because you've given it to everyone else. Like, so whereas if you take time for yourself, as Natasha said, there's more for you to give them because you've restored and replenished your funds, your like inner like cup. You filled your cup up.
Yeah.
And then when you give from that place, it's not a reluctant give where it's like, oh no, another thing on your to-do list. It's actually from a joyful place, which will not only benefit you because it'll be more fun, but it will also benefit the person on the receiving end.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the things that we often feed ourselves is this story that, well, it's all right for everyone else, they can take time off and I can't. And it's a really, really kind of harmful thing that we can do to ourselves is to say, well, I can't do it, I haven't got time. And we can all make those excuses. I've made them plenty of times. I haven't got time for this. I had an experience a few weeks ago where I was like, I had 100 things to do on my to-do list on the Saturday, and all I kept hearing when I woke up was like, take some time out. And I was like, don't be ridiculous. I don't have time to take out. I'm busy, don't you know? I've got lots of things to do. And this is the conversation that was going on in my head. But I kept hearing, take some time out this morning, take some time out. And I really was guided to listen to it because whenever something that strongly comes over me, I do listen and I do take note. And I was like, I kept hearing like, take a bath, have a bath this morning. I was like, Saturday morning? I don't take a bath on a Saturday morning. Who does that? I was like, but okay, I will do. And I had just this morning that was really nurturing myself. It was quite difficult. I had a lot of mind chatter, but I really honored that space to really do some healing, some clearing, some just peaceful time for myself. And what happened, I just really needed that whole day, as it turned out. And I didn't do a single thing on my to-do list. As it happened, over the course of the next day, those things just dwindled away. They kind of either got done, someone got back to me and said, oh, you know what, that doesn't need doing, or this is done, or came up with a solution for themselves. There was not a thing on that, to my really busy Saturday, that I actually ended up having to do. Not one. And I was kind of sitting there on the Sunday, had a really powerful conversation with my partner the next day about some things that were kind of coming up for me. And I just looked back at that day and thought, wow, I wonder what further chaos I would have created in my life had I not listened.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, what chaos would have created. Because it's like kicking up the dirt, isn't it? Kicking up the mud. Like the more you churn the wheels, the more the mud just keeps coming. And it's the same in life, you know?
Yeah,
Whereas if you just stop, take a breath, maybe go and find some other people to help you push the car, then it's going to be so much easier. And I think that's it as well. It's like, if you have been available to everyone and you haven't felt that you could take a break, then ask for help.
Yeah.
Say to people, do you know what? I really need to take a break. Like, I really need to take some time out. I have my my waxing lady. She shared with me. She shared with me when I went to see her a month or so ago that she'd actually had to take time off, and her best friend came in to just shut the place down for her, because with everyone coming back after lockdown, a lot of people were in a state of sadness or struggling or weren't mentally happy themselves. So everything that she was really receiving in those few weeks was actually quite low, or contracted feelings, well, understandably, grief, all the things that everyone's going through. And it got a bit too much. And so her best friend, came round and shut the salon and everything so she could take some time off.
Yeah.
So she just needed to replenish, because she felt that she couldn't do her job because of everyone that had shared. And she got it because she's living through it. But it was just really important that she took that time off. And that's the thing, you know, if you've got family members, if you've got friends, if you've got people that are struggling, you know, and they're sharing with you their struggles, then it's even more important that you take time off for yourself, so that you can build your immune system up to receiving I'm not sure what words to use, but like, I'm going to use a word like sadness or grief or anything else that's coming from other people. If you're in a higher state of an elevated state of feeling, so I mean that from a loving place, compassionate place, it's much more easier to receive that. You know, if people are struggling, receive and listen to that. Whereas if you're depleted yourself, it's a lot harder for you to receive, because it's almost like your defenses are low. So you might actually take on other people's worries or emotions or thoughts and embody them as your own. And then it weighs you down even more. So if you're able to take breaks, replenish yourself, then you're not only giving yourself a gift, but the other people in your life too.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so important that we honor ourselves and our own needs. We are so good at giving to others because that's what we're taught, but we're not shown how to receive. So when other people do step in and go, well, let me help you, we're like, no, I can do it on my own. I can do it for myself. Totally was me for many, many, many years. Like, oh, I can do everything myself. I don't need any help. And it's like allowing yourself to really be on the receiving end, to honor yourself. If you don't honor yourself, who else is going to honor you? Exactly. We have to do this for ourselves. And what we want is like, oh, well, you know, for everyone else to do it for us, but we're not willing to receive. And if we're not willing to receive, we are not honoring ourselves. So really noting what it is you need. How can you slow down? This isn't about taking a whole morning off or a whole day off. How can you take 5 minutes? If that's all you think you can have, everyone can have 5 minutes. We can stop. We can go outside. We can, as Lucy said, go connect with nature. Go hug a tree. Thank the tree. Go for a little walk around the block. Take a break. Let your mind and your thoughts switch off or slow down. Allow time to slow down for you, and really taking what you can. And even if it's 3 times 5 minutes a day, you will be better off than taking half an hour once a day, because the compound effect of like doing something, repeating it, then repeating it again. 3, 5, if you got 15 minutes in any given day over 3 5-minute chunks, of course we do. You get to choose that, to choose it or not choose it. But we all have that amount of time to be able to give to ourselves.
Exactly. And just I'd like to add to the, asking for help. Like, people have seen that as a sign of weakness in the past, and that's so old paradigm. I can't even begin to, like, don't get me started on it, but so old paradigm. We're now in the new paradigm. We're in the age of Aquarius, and the age of Aquarius is all about collaboration. Now, you can't collaborate with people if you don't receive, because it just doesn't work, right?
Nope.
It really is about moving into this new vibration, this new way of being, this new paradigm on Earth, so that we can live a more joyous life, live a more heartfelt life, like have more time, have more space, make ourselves a priority, and be able to slow down and take time for ourselves. That's all new paradigm as well. It's not always equate the old paradigm to the 80s with shoulder pads, go, 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 what can I get? Like, destroying the planet, like all that kind of thing. And it's just like, we're done with that. That was in the 80s. Let's leave it there. Like, and then let's step into something new, where we just have advances in, like, not only, I was talking to someone about this yesterday on a podcast, advances in tech. That's what the age of Aquarius will bring us, which is amazing. But tech for humanitarian, because Aquarius again is all about humanitarian, but also it will be a returning to rhythms and natural cycles, like growing your own vegetables and things like that, because as a humanitarian caring sign, it's also about the planet and looking after the planet. And that's where I personally see us heading right now. So get on the train. Come on, let's go together. All aboard.
we get to write this new paradigm now. We're in that space right now where we get to pave the way of doing things differently for future generations. And if you've got kids, even more importantly, for you to pave the way and show them how important it is to put yourself first, to take time off. And what are you modeling to the younger generations about how important it is to honor being a woman, being, stepping into the divine feminine, stepping into collaborating, working with other women, and, creating this more unified community of working together. And so we really have got an opportunity right now to really do things differently and start to rewrite those paradigms in small little ways. In any way that we can contribute, we're doing an amazing job. Look at how far we've come already, where we're already in this space of what we can do, what we have access to, how we can, create change and make choices, powerful choices for ourselves. It's time to take a step further in that and to do it even more for ourselves. So, yeah.
Yes. I feel really like rolled up now, like in a good way. I'm just like, yes,
let's do this. We've got it, and we've got each other.
Yes.
I think this is what's so important. We've got each other. Like, Lucy's got my back so much in this partnership and this collaboration that we're creating and that we are moving forward with. And I've got her back 100%. We are in this together. We go through something, we support each other. And it's been a huge learning in being able to receive from Lucy, but also in giving, but not over giving, and knowing where I need for myself. So you know, this is something that we can all do. We can all step into more and more, step by step. And we are modeling this in our community. So that's a good segue. But like modeling this in our community, this is what our community are really supporting us with and what we are supporting them with, because we're all doing it together. So if this is something that you really feel you need an hour a week to come and give yourself time to learn something, to expand, to grow, to support other women, to be part of something that is really rewriting the paradigm, to stepping into the new paradigm, then come and, you know, come and have a look at our website, www.circleoflightmovement.com. We have a wait list currently because our doors are closed, but if you join our waitlist, you get 2 amazing healing sessions from Lucy and I to support you right now on the journey. One all around freedom, one all around confidence. So if you feel that you want to just get a little flavor of what Lucy and I are doing in our community, come and sign up to the waitlist. We'll let you know as soon as the doors are open so you can come and join. You can get a bit of a flavor of what we are doing collectively, collaboratively, together in our community.
Yes, come and join us. And just to share that Natasha and I are taking some time off. So time off, which we're very excited about. So we won't be doing our lives for a couple of weeks, but keep an eye on our social media because we'll be posting on that when we will be back because we love them. And yeah, and then I feel really excited because September, October, November, December are my favorite times of year. I just feel like it's the magic making times of the year. So we shall be back in September for some more juicy topics. But in between then, love yourselves.
Yeah, totally. Love yourself big. And if you have questions about anything like you want us to answer, then post a comment, like let us know what you'd like, what topic is really causing you some struggles, some challenge right now that you'd like us to talk into it. We'd be happy to talk into those. So thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful rest of the week and the weekend, and yeah, maybe you'll see a post of me on a beach soon.
Take care. Bye.